appreciate your guys' partnership. I mean, I think that you can see that we're a needy school, we're a big school, so anybody that's wanting to help our staff and students, we're eager to partner with, and it's really appreciated. Somebody in the school system that I don't think gets enough appreciation usually are the teachers. Teaching is hard, and it just continues to get harder and harder, and so your church has helped us during conference time, that when teachers are here for 12 to 14 hours a day, just give them a bite of food in the lounge, or to not have to worry about having dinner provided or just a snack between meeting with parents, because that contact with parents is so crucial during that time, that food provided for them and just really goes a long way. They appreciate it. I would say probably 80 to 90% of our kids show up and need supplies, and so often we just have backpacks ready to go with supplies that we put into their hands, and we rely on donations for that. So community-based donations as well as your guys' church have really helped that stay funded and continue to put those supplies in the hands of our kids. Lots of community partnerships help us stock our food pantry. We have our own food pantry here at the school. We also send kids home through the food bank. They get bags that go home in their backpack every single Friday, and those get them through the weekends. And we have kids that ask for that weekly. Your volunteers have been coming for years to West now. They've been meeting in small groups for our primary students. They've pulled them out one-on-one to read stories with them. A lot of times our kids don't have access to literacy at home, and that is something that we really like to push with our younger students. And so just getting books into the hands of kids and modeled reading by adults who are proficient readers goes a long way.
Reading at West, I think, has been just an extremely eye-opening in many different ways for me. A lot of it in a really good way. I found the children, a good share of them, to be so loving. I really was taken back by it. Like one girl in particular, every time I walked in the room to get another child, or she just saw me, she would rush up and just give me the biggest hug, always, no matter what she was doing.
Well, for the previous 5 years, my wife has talked about her activities in doing this and how much she enjoyed it. And one day, enough volunteers said they couldn't come, that she looked at me and said, "Why don't you come and do it?" And that's all it took.
Well, it's made me way more sensitive to the kids that don't have very much, and learned that there's a lot more in life than just material things, and that even though they don't have a lot, they are happy people. Dan and I, on our last day of reading this year, we were both walking out to the car, and we're both kind of teary-eyed. I said, "I'm really sad." This is our last day, and Dan says, "I'm really sad too." And we were sad all the way home, but yeah, it's just been a great experience.
I had one little boy that he was my buddy. And so he would, I think he'd kind of even look at Sharon, and if she was just about done, he'd hurry up and scoot over, and we'd sit down, and he and I would talk about the t-shirt he was wearing or whatever. But nice little young kid, but he had zero ability to read. And it was always, I'll let you read this time. Well, he let me read every time. And he was great on copying everything I would say. So I might read 3 sentences, and then I would hesitate a second, and he would repeat those 3 sentences. It was encouraging because he's really trying hard, and his memory was good, he just didn't recognize. So I would take a simple word like a, the. He would get the A's okay, but I'd say, okay, now we are going to learn the word the, T-H-E, and I'm showing it to him, and next 2 sentences, he couldn't recognize the word the. At the very last day, I almost get teary thinking about it, he I said, okay, I was reading along and I say, okay, now this is our word. He looked up at me and he said, duh. And I just almost cried. Very, it was very impressive to see how hard they try. And I loved what I did.